Right, so I'm back with another Fate video. Since the last conversation we had, if you want to check out the thumbnail here, he's gone on and made more videos. Bear in mind, this is after multiple players have educated him about what we were talking about. He's gone on and just gone on a complete tangent, back on his usual just making stuff up thing. So I thought, why not just watch the video of my stream, go over what he was talking about, check him where he was wrong, like just see where he's right, basically, because he weren't wrong 100%, but he was wrong a vast majority of the things he was saying. So this is checking out the worst opinions of Mortal Kombat 1 with Fate. All right, let's do this. What we're going to do is we're going to watch a Fate video, right? So recently, if you've been on my YouTube, you've seen me debating with Fate, who has like all the wrong points, and he will just argue them forever. So we're going to look at one of his latest videos that he's going on about up block, right? So hold on, let me just bring it up. Block. Let me just bring it up, right? So here is Fate. We're gonna, yeah, exactly. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this, right? So we're just gonna go through this and see what he's right about. Let's just be educated, yeah.
Right. Oh, this one might hurt a little bit. So, we're going to talk about the infamous up block, the suck block that's the pros, the professionals out there, lauded as the winning stroke for me to not have any idea what I'm talking about when it comes to the combat.
All right, that was the first stroke. That ain't even the winning stroke. You don't understand. You don't understand frame data. You don't understand strategy. You don't understand that you can't do macros. There are no cheaters in Mortal Kombat like that. He's just making so much stuff up. But anyway, let's carry on.
Now, as proved in that stream, I already done the tutorial, and it's a useless mechanic. Okay. Now I'm going to show you exactly how it works. Okay. And then I'm going to show you some actual statistics on how this tiny little gimmick is useless in the grand scope of the game itself, right? So normally if somebody jumps in, right, you can see it mentions it as an overhead, okay?
Correct, that is an overhead.
Right. Now if you press up at the same time, you can then punish straight after, right?
Nice, we're learning here, we're learning.
That's pretty good, right? That's not bad. You know, I can do that and do that. Okay? Easy peasy, right? Easy peasy.
Very easy, yes.
Now,
so easy a casual could do it. That's kind of the whole point, but go on, carry on.
With this particular mechanic is that not a lot of people, when it comes to online play, jump. Want to know why? Because that's what the pros tell them. The pros
Alright, okay.
Jump.
First things first, not a lot of people jump because that's what the pros tell them. Now, I was watching Dittle go on about this, yeah. So what he did immediately was go to his replays and see if there's any jumps in the games he's playing. So I'm sure we can find, I'm playing, let's have a look at Law Corridor, right? Law Corridor is obviously a good player. Let's see. This Law Corridor is the kind of player that Fate would consider like he's pro top player, top tier, blah blah blah.
Justice for the Queen is demanding.
Will a jump occur in this match? Alright, I'll speed this up. Alright, slow down. Alright, so I've already jumped. That's one jump. Couldn't up block that though. Alright, there's one jump from Law.
Round 2, fight.
Two jump. Was that three? I've already lost count. So he's already on a handful of jumps. That's 4 jumps, mate. 4 jumps. 4 jumps. Oh, so he's on 4. We're on 4 jumps. Five. All right, so as you can see, jumping clearly is happening in this game of Mortal Kombat, right? 5 whole jumps. That is ridiculous. And the pros say don't ever jump, mate. You jump in 4. Can't do that. And then, yeah, that's the end of the game there. Oh, wait. No, it's not. All right, yeah, and that's chipped. So, yeah, you're wrong on that. Let's continue.
Mechanic, which does not change the game.
Doesn't change the game.
And they go, oh, well, you need... What are you talking about? There's no defensive options in the game. And as I heard somewhere the other day, basically this game, you have to be aggressive in order to defend yourself, right? The old saying, the best defense is a good offense. The problem is that, though, with that...
All right, okay. Let's take this point that you just said here. It doesn't really do much, right? He's saying it doesn't change the game very much. All right, so let's get Kenshi to do a jump kick here. And instead of being fate and punishing it with a stand 4, I'm going to punish it the way that it's actually allowing you to do. That doesn't change the course of the game. I don't know what does. But now he's going to be like, oh, you're doing a 40% combo, mate. You're doing a 40% combo. That's cheap. You're a cheaper. Whatever, mate. That's clearly changing the pace and like the whole way a game is like being played. So let's carry on.
Is that Ed Boon, you know, the people you idolize to make your little careers out of, are basically saying that, you know, there is no other way to play, right? You must do it this way, otherwise you're screwed, right?
Well, you can play us if you want.
And that's
but if you want to actually play in a way to beat people, which is kind of the objective, then yeah, you better be doing a better option than nothing.
Back in again in a sec.
Pretty straightforward.
So you go, oh well, that sounds great. It's great against jumping opponents, sure. But nobody jumps. I jump, but not many other people do. Okay.
Already been disproven.
And that's the problem.
Literally just picking one random match.
So if nobody's jumping, it's a useless mechanic. It's a useless mechanic outside of physical range because it relies on an overhead, not a high attack. That's the difference. It has to be an overhead attack. Jump kick or an attack that actually is listed as an overhead.
Right, so he's saying
tell what's listed
jump kick or an attack that is listed as an overhead. All right, let's just...
Overhead, when you go into the options like the move list, you can see here it says high, mid, right? High, mid, and overhead right there.
Yeah, right, so he's using the move list to find out what's an overhead. Do you know how I know that a casual can get a lot of mileage out of up block, right? He's saying, oh yeah, there ain't many overheads or whatever that you can up block in this game. Every casual is hammering fatal blow the moment they get it. Up block lets you punish it easily. If you don't up block it, you get mad pushback. See the distance there compared to if I was to just up block it without, well, do it with up block. So now you get clean punishes and things. Very simple, easy to punish, easy to identify. Like it's not just smoke. There's a ton of characters in this game. I'm kind of like hard pressed to find the ones that don't have overheads as their fatal blow, actually. See, look, now you got a punish. Whereas if you block this, I've seen somebody lose in tournament for blocking this as like without up blocking it, because they missed the punish. Yeah, see, look, smoke gets a real punish. But then, you know, you'll just cry, oh, you're doing combos for cheapers, mate. Yeah, whatever. There you go. You got a combo for that. Let's carry on.
Okay. So it actually tells you what moves are overheads. And you might go, oh, but look at all the overheads here. This would be perfect. It would be perfect, but these are aerial combos. These require you to do them in the air, right? So while it might be listed as an overhead, you can't up block in the air. Okay?
Well, no, because you've been hit, and if you've been hit, you've already failed your defense.
Game are the overheads that can be done like that from the ground, which means that they're attacking with an overhead. I can do an up block, and you can't hold it either, right? You can't hold it at all. If you tap it, it's a bit faster. You can hold it a little bit longer, but ultimately, right?
You can only hold it for that specified amount of time because it's an option you're picking. There's risk to it. You're stuck in place because you're supposed to be stuck in place. That's the risk you've taken. If you're right, you get the full combo. If you're not, you get smoked.
It will go back to its position. It's not like block where you can hold it in whatever pose. The up block is only temporary. Be a little bit with a tap or a long. Okay, and you think, oh well, you'd be fine against the overheads. And I thought I actually really do appreciate you guys would bring that up, because this is something I actually did, right? In my spare time today, I decided to bring some receipts. These are the receipts of all the up blocks they're mostly in a combo. There's a couple there that are standalone, like for example, Reiko's.
All right, so while he's just blabbing about this, let's basically his point is here's a list of characters that have overheads, all right? And he's got Kitana has no overheads in any of her strings, and Tanya has no overheads in any of her strings. Besides the fact he doesn't understand how up block works, and a lot of these strings that he's counted won't be up blockable because the cancel window is too too small basically to up block out of it. Kitana has this overhead at the end of her string, so that's 1, and you've already put, as we can see, 0 0. You're wrong. See, hold on. See that? 0 0 on Kitana right here. That's wrong. All right, immediately. He doesn't have any other overheads though. All right, Tanya. So string. See that? What does that say? It says overhead. All right, yeah. You came with the receipts, bro. You came with the receipts. Overhead. No, you didn't. All right. Let's see. Who else is in here? Rain. Really? Gang Sung? Are you serious? I think that's kind of like an obvious one with Shang, isn't it? Like, oh wait, who else has got there? Shang and Sub-Zero has 3 overheads. What 3 overheads has he even got? Oh, he's got 1, 2. Was it 1, 2, 2? Yeah, he's got some. He's got 3 actually. Yeah, and then. Smoke. Oh yeah, smoke. Oh, whatever. You lot know all these strings.
Smoke.
Let's see. Liu Kang's got 1. That's that stand 3 in it. Yeah, Johnny Cage is rocking 6. What characters are doing? All right, yeah, okay, let's go here.
Living forest.
He's got receipts though, bro. He came with receipts. All right, so Shang Tsung, as you can see, 0 overheads, 0 specials with an overhead in it. What does that say? Pretty sure that says an overhead. That's definitely an overhead right there. Want to see it again? Yeah, it's an overhead, mate. All right, okay. Anyway, carry on. Your receipts are forged, mate.
I think Natara has 1 or 2. Smoke has 1. I think Johnny Cage might have 1 as well. Now, what's listed here is combos is the amount of overheads on the left and or singular moves. On the right is how many overheads are part of a special move. As you can tell, going from top to bottom, Kitana has 0 for both. Melina has 6 overheads. Now you could argue that the up block mechanic, yes, that would be useful in that particular instance.
No, it wouldn't. You couldn't make that argument against Melina. Let me show you why. Melina is not an up-blockable character. And they've designed it like that specifically, actually.
Melina Smoke. Kung Lao. Kano. Wu Shi Academy.
Alright, prepare yourselves. So he's talking about 1, 2. He's got this. This is like the only thing you can up block of hers, and you basically just don't do that. That string's not that good. Oh yeah, and I don't even know if you can up block that. Let's have a look. Alright, you can up block that. Alright, so there's the two strings that you never use, because that one's a combo ender / brutality, or the ones that you up block. But if you're actually playing Melina, you're doing this, alright, and this. These are the two overheads you're gonna see. And obviously, can't up block there, can't up block out there, alright, and then also, even if you up block that, you have to block the second one, and you can't up block the second one. So again, that's pointless. You don't get the punish or anything there. Oh wait, hold on. My bad. Look, here we go. I'll show you again. Basically, Melina's forward 4, but this double hit and overhead. If you up block the first hit, you can't up block the second hit. So they made her like this specifically. So she's a character where her overhead, you have to hold it. But that's because her throw game, it makes her throw game real. So she's always got that threat, right? The other strings I was saying is this. This is a string you're basically only using at the end of a combo. This string is just in here for a laugh. I don't understand what that is about. And yeah, this EXI is in there just for a laugh as well. I don't understand what value that move has actually got. Wait. Oh, you can up block that. This is actually an important one against bad Melina players, because they're going to waste their 2 bars and they're going to do that, and you're not going to be able to punish them very easily. Smoke's got it easy here because his jab reaches forever, but a lot of characters ain't going to reach that distance. So you can just up block that and then you get a guaranteed punish. Easy. It's the same principle as the fatal blow. So again, up block is useless. Oh wait, like he calls it suck block. My bad. He calls suck block useless. Alright, what else is there? Oh yeah, this string as well. I was saying, wasn't it? Like you can't up block that. So yeah, let's carry on. Yeah, he doesn't believe in using practice mode.
But then she's also got a lot of lows as well.
Oh, what? Oh, mate, you only give me like 1 second. Melina has a lot of lows. Let's just have a look at how many lows Melina has, right? A low in Mortal Kombat is, does it start with a low? Melina has an overhead. This is an overhead because it starts in an overhead. Let's see, what lows she got? Right, that starts as a high. That starts as a mid. That starts as a high. You got, oh wait, that's a high. That's a high. That's a high. It's got a sweep. Everybody has a sweep. The only thing she has with a low is a string where you can definitely, there's no mix up. There's just no mix up there. So you got down 4, sweep, down 3, and the last hit of a 4-hit string that you have no reason to get hit because it's a low. And even if you do get hit by that, it's a knockdown, you get nothing off of it. But yep, Melina's got loads of lows. Let's carry on.
Makes her extremely vulnerable. Tanya 0 for 0. Rain has 2 overheads. Shang Tsung has none for none. General Shao has,
oh yeah, you're right.
2 without the axe.
Melina also has this really threatening low as well. Hold on. Was it forward 2, 2, 3? Yeah, that same thing as the other one. Like, there's no reason to ever get hit by that. But yeah, okay, let's carry on. Melina's got lots of lows. There's no mix up there.
And then as special moves, there are 2 with the axe and 2 with no axe, which I believe are like when he's doing like the actual special move where he's slamming. Right, and then of course, you know, when he doesn't have the axe, the equivalent of that. Sindel has 2 overheads and just 1 in the special move. Reiko has the singular overhead and none in special.
Oh mate, you're boring me.
This is having Killer Instinct. There are many other games as well.
Alright, let's get to a point where he's
Natara has 2 and none, and then you've got Havoc, which is 3 and then 0. And you might go, well, that sounds like a lot. That's a total of 53 overheads that can either be used. Most of them are baked into a combo, but some of them are single. Here's the problem. The way that these guys talk is that this is a game changer. Like
I'll play surface on the side.
Street Fighter 6.
This is a game.
The
This is a game changer. I've already shown you it's a game changer. You punish fatal blows easily with it. Anytime you hit them, you get your max damage punish on them. And if you're going to say, oh, well, I'm not going to do the max damage punish, then whatever, don't. But don't then come and have an opinion on the way the game's actually played when it's clearly designed to be played this way. You're going to say, oh, I have to play your way? Well, you do if you want to win. And if you don't want to lose to everybody like how you do when you play, I mean, I've seen you. It's shocking. Let's carry on. Oh, he's going to be like, oh, these pro players, blah, 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 whatever. We'll carry on.
And also, the combo breaker, like you find in this game, which is very expensive. And of course, the combo breakers that we have in Killer Instinct. There are many other games as well that have universal but very good and adequate defensive options. This is ridiculous, right? Because you only can do it from a standing position. It's very expensive if you don't do it properly and miss it.
Okay, something else that I think he doesn't ever realize about Mortal Kombat games is, okay, Smoke's a good example of this, right? He said his main point is there's no defensive options in MK, but the thing, okay, first off, obviously he can't do this, but there are, right? There's flawless block, right? So you take no chip, and you take no chip, and they gain no meter, which is actually quite important. If you're playing the game the way it's meant to be played, you can't be playing it like Fate and then moaning about these things without one, understanding, and two, you need to learn what's going on. You just need to learn what's going on.
Stogie anywhere I want, and I don't.
And he's saying,
a place like you.
Yeah, just smoke your stogie where you want. Nice one, Shady. And also Ultra Bird Flu as well. Thank you very much. And Blackwell. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, he's saying there's defensive mechanics in this game are bad, blah blah blah. But what he's not taking into account is a lot of the things in this game that are designed to open you up are borderline or definitely reactable, right? So this move here, this move is like so slow I can flawless block it on reaction. I can flawless block it, but yeah, this move is 28 frames, right? And this is how a lot of the moves in this game are like. Only Melina, Raiden, who else? Melina, Raiden, Shao Kahn, and Kenshi, I think, have like real overheads that you got to worry about. So most of the things in here, if you actually practice, yeah, Reiko's as well. Reiko's got an overhead, and the thing about all of these is they're either low risk, low reward, or the ones that are big reward, like Smokes, are reactable. So they're reactable, high reward. So in theory, if you practice the game, which is the problem for basically everything Fate brings up, is he doesn't want to practice the game to actually get any level of decent at it. Yeah, Astra is another one as well. Astra has her forward three. You can react to that. But this is another thing. We're all playing online. Astra's forward three is going to hit everyone. But if you're playing this game offline, the way the game is actually meant to be played as well, like if you're talking about in this sort of environment, you can block that. But yeah, he just wants to mash and be a god. You can react. Yeah, if I can react, you can react. It's not some God-given gift. It's possible. So let's carry on.
53, unless I missed a couple, total overheads that aren't special moves. Now, when you look at the move list itself, this is why I say it's useless. When you look at the move list itself, you've got at least, what, maybe 20 moves. Standing 20 moves, right? Because remember, up block doesn't help with aerial because the aerial combos are being done in the air. There is no blocking in the air. So if we go on average that there are 20 standing or like ground moves, if you will, in the game, times that by now 24 characters, because we've got Omni-Man in there, we have a total of, well, I think I worked it out, and again, give or take, so let's say 480.
What is he even doing? Like, why are you even adding all this up, man?
Combinations, like the predetermined combinations that are in there.
What is he going on about?
Okay. That is obviously not going to be including the massive combos that I've been having a problem with since day one, as have most people. Which is why the whole conversation about
this is a good one. This is a common fate one, all right? As have most people. All right, this is what he says. Most people say this, or lots of people have said this. He says this a lot, and not once has he ever given any evidence that most people say this. There's no source, there's no sample. It's just most people say this, when really it's just you saying this, and your little friends saying that. They're like just getting slapped. It's basically you're just getting slapped up. And you're complaining, all right, if you learn, you would understand, but you won't. So you just get, I can't stop you from doing this. It's just the nature of the way that you are.
because up block is useless once you're caught in that combo. And if the combo doesn't start or have some sort of part that is an overhead in order to capture you, you are screwed. The up block is a gimmick mechanic that I never see anyone use online. It doesn't matter what rank they are in the ranked mode.
Again, I've already shown this
Not a single
immediately.
person uses this thing. And when you go check some of their stats for their actual like account or profile, it shows that they've done all the tutorial. A lot of them, especially the higher ranks, they've done all the tutorials, all of it. Why is it that they never use up block? Because it's not a game changer. Because if you take off the amount of
Up block is not a game changer. Do you remember when Rewind caught, I can't remember who it was, he caught someone up blocking at ECT. He caught someone up blocking at ECT, command grabbed him with Reiko and took like 74%. That's not a game changer.
overheads that are in this game.
Because he baited an up block. Not because he did a successful up block, because he baited one. And that is clearly against your point.
Attacks. Oh, sorry, that's grounded attacks, my bad. 430, give or take, grounded attacks that are not overheads whatsoever. Which means that this particular gimmick is so finite in its use that I am even baffled as to why they put that in there. Unless...
So finite in its use, what did we find? Like 5-6 jumps in one game? 5 times to use one thing in one game is quite a lot, to be fair. So, again, you're wrong.
They looked at certain characters that are being utilized a hell of a lot. When we look at characters like Melina, when we look at characters like Smoke.
Smoke. Alright, okay. Who's playing against Smoke? Are you ready? Are you ready? I know you lot know this already, but are you ready for the... Did you know you can up block this against Smoke? Wow, that's a full combo. Believe it or not. Now you've got a mind game. Alright, let's carry on. Because he could either just do... He could do that, or he could do the low into Smoke cancel and then bait out your up block. Up block changes the game there. It literally changes the game. If there was no up block on that second hit, right? So let's just do... There was no gap here for that, then he could just do that every time. All right, there'd be no need for him to do smoke port cancel, and there would be no way for him to open himself up or you to open yourself up to his offense, right? So he's got a mind game all the way around that. Again, something he's missing because he just doesn't... He plays the game, but he just doesn't take anything in.
Maybe Sub-Zero, definitely Johnny Cage, and Kenshi. Well, these are some of the top tier characters that end up in the tiny pool that people fight when it comes to ranked mode in Kombat League. Isn't that interesting? That the people that generally have the most overheads are also the same ones that we see in that tiny pool. Isn't that amazing?
What are you even on about?
And yet, despite that,
Everybody can get up blocked, mate.
against these very same people,
Everybody can get up blocked, right? The most casual player, right? This guy is always like, oh, I'm a casual, right? You know what casuals do? They do this all day, boom. Oh my God, that's a free punish every time. Imagine that. Believe that. You jump in. Wow, up block, free punish. And the reason they added up blocks in this game, I'm pretty certain, is because in MK11, characters were jumping all over the place. Characters had terrible anti-airs. So this essentially removes that whole problem. It removes that problem. If your character has bad anti-air, you have a good anti-air with up block. It's at a risk, but if you're right on it, it changes the course of the match. Unlike what he's saying. All right, let's carry on.
and anyone else, I never see up block being used. Because, as you can clearly see on the screen, again, if I've missed one or two, there are only 53 grounded overhead attacks. Special moves, there are only 8.
Okay.
So even if we were going to be generous...
He didn't even go on about
that least
assists
over
or like,
60
what's
overhead
Omni-Man got?
spread across
2-2.
multiple characters.
Omni-Man's got quite an important one.
But then we would also have to add in all the special attacks on top of that. So if we went as a generous offer of 5 special moves, and I know in general they have more, particularly if it's enhanced, but let's say standard special moves, not enhanced, times 24 characters, that's 120. 120 plus 480 is 600 moves total.
Yeah.
Give
Where
or
are you
take.
going with this?
And that's not including enhanced. 600 moves. So
Bravo.
you can double that number, if you will, for enhanced. Some of them, you know, like some of these attacks, like reptiles.
He's talking like they're giving every character overheads just for the sake of it.
Variations. 600 plus. We'll just go with 600 plus. Right?
The numbers, Fate. What do they mean?
Anyone's brains with this.
Oh, my brain's broken, man.
Plus moves in the game,
I can't count.
right?
600 clap clap. What does that even mean?
For the overheads.
Nice. I've got 592. Boom.
Enhanced, so you know it's definitely going to be well over 600. Yeah, this pinnacle.
Yeah, I think that might be what he's trying to say, Saboteur, right? You're saying upblock is worthless because most attacks are not overheads, as if every character uses every single move an equal amount of times. Exactly.
Option that I was laughed at because I didn't know its purpose, even though I proved that I did the tutorial and realized that its purpose back then.
Right, okay. He's saying he proved he did the tutorial. Go watch his... If you go on his channel and watch his stuff, because I watch his stuff. I like watching lolcow stuff, and to me, he is a lolcow, right? You go on his channel, listen to him arguing with Dittle, right? Dittle proved that he hasn't played the tutorial, and he proved that he didn't know what uplock was. He thought what uplock was the down 2... You know the down 2 mechanic where you spend 2 bars and you get to jump, cancel off it or whatever? He thought that was uplock. So... yeah, Dittle proves you wrong there, and Dittle also proves that you didn't play the tutorial because it said 68% complete. 68% complete isn't complete. So let's carry on.
It was so useless, I didn't even bother to memory hole it for myself, to keep it in the bank. And they think this is this wondrous saving thing. And they oh, it's not the only move you got, bruv. Yeah, I know it's not the only thing in the game.
There is no knowledge that it's not power. So you saying it's so useless that you couldn't keep it in your memory, you're actually just ignoring an important part of the game. Let's carry on.
But the problem with this game is not the problem you're talking about. The problem with this game is the massive amounts of damage output that require no meter whatsoever in order to do these massive 400, 500, even sometimes 600 damage strings that we see in this game. We do not have an effective counterbalance to that. Upblock is shit.
Right, effective counterbalance, like I said, flawless block. Flawless block, the way the characters are created is actually hard. If you practice the game enough and you understand what you're actually up against, and you understand risk management, which he has no concept of, by the way. Like, he made a whole video of him moaning about Kenshi combos, but what was he doing? He was swinging into Kenshi on minus religiously. So if you mash against Kenshi, expect to lose in a vicious fashion. What else is there? Yeah, flawless block, up block, just blocking in general. There's delay wake up, which will mess some characters up. You can hold down on certain things. You can hold up on certain things. And you've got armor. And yeah, that's like 7 options right there.
Flawless block is shit. You can flawless block stuff by just holding that. Because
no, you can't.
The attacks, whether it be like multiple sort of like parts of, say, like Reiko Shuriken or whatever, I don't even have to try and do a flawless block. Sometimes it just happens, depending on what combo or what attack they were doing. It's useless. The
Flawless block is useless. You heard it here first.
is to reduce chip damage.
Reduce chip damage
on top of you.
in a game where people are doing shit. No way.
You can see the ones
And meter. See again.
and they're the ones that end up.
More proof you didn't actually pay attention to the tutorial, because if you did, you'd know that flawless block isn't just for chip, it's also denying them meter, the meter they need to do the 40-50% combos that you're moaning about. If you had better defense, first off, you wouldn't be getting hit to be hit by these 40-50%. Second off, they would have less meter to be able to do these sort of things to you. Let's carry on.
Being the ones that you find online. And it's not just the fact that those characters have the most overheads, a lot of them too are also the fastest in the game. We don't have tech rolls, we don't have decent wake-ups, we don't have air rolls.
Oh, yes, yes, you're right. We don't have decent wake-ups. Let's have a look at this. You obviously know what I'm going to pick straight away. Anyone that understands Mortal Kombat 1 knows that what I'm picking when they say don't have decent wake-ups.
Danya, Motop, Goro, Wu Shi Academy.
Right, this game don't have decent wake-ups. Wait, what is it? Medium Goro. Hey, this does not look like a decent wake-up to me. And in fact, I think this wake-up's kind of bad. I can't even do a combo. Oh, how are you breaking that? Oh my god, breakers broke. See what I mean? What is this wake-up? See that? Wake up bad. Alright, hold on. What's yeah, that's it. Right, okay. Game's got no wake-ups. Never done this one in my life, actually. There you go, look. Whatever, you get a conversion off of that. Game's got no wake-ups, mate. No wake-ups. Oh, wait. That's only 2 examples. All right, hold on. Let's have a look at some more.
Kitana.
Who else has one? Tana's got one.
Shang Tsung. Jax. Cyrax. Wu Shi Academy.
Alright. Can you believe it? There's no wake-ups in this game. Yeah, no wake-ups. What's that? Armor. Launcher. What? Armored launcher wake-up? Nah, that's not right. There's no wake-ups in this game. No wake-ups. Can you believe it? Well, that's a wake-up. Are you crazy? What is that? Anyway.
We don't have barely anything there, except for the notion that, well, we just have to block, punch back as fast as possible, counter as fast as possible. So up block is useless if nobody jumps. It's useless across the screen, and it's only working against...
Oh, that's a good one. Up block is useless across the screen. I like that one. Let's have a look how useless up block is across the screen.
Sector. Cyrax.
Because up block can only be applied on jumps, fatal blows, in between strings. You know, all these things that I've already mentioned can only be applied in those scenarios. Right, let's go to full screen, right? Up block can only... It's no good when you're full screen. Wow, that is a reversal punish. That's crazy. See that? Melina gets a punish full screen because she up-blocked something. Can you believe it? Oh, mid-screen. Damn, that's a punish because she up-blocked. Can you believe it? That is crazy. No, there's no instance where you could use up-block other than in those scenarios. Many scenarios already mentioned.
We do have an overhead. And since a lot of these combos don't require an overhead in order to achieve these massive combos, because if you simply get hit by, say, like one of the cameos, it's all over Red Rover. Oh, you didn't think I was going to do my homework, did you?
You didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't. Yeah, I'm okay, you did.
My homework.
But you got everything
I
wrong.
have to know everything straight away. But given time, as I say, enough time and training or effort into
He tried. He tried. You get an A for effort.
achieve your outcome.
What was your outcome here?
Put into the game to counter what 53 overhead attacks plus the 8 specials.
Counter jumps primarily.
Over 600 individual moves going from standard grounded and specials.
You know what he's saying here? What he's saying here is like me saying, you know what? Why did they put crouch block in this game? They put crouch block in this game, yeah, when this game has however many he's saying, oh, it's got 61 overheads. Whatever. You can't have a move or an option that covers every option, or you're not playing a fighting game. It's not even, it just doesn't make, it don't make sense. What do you expect?
Like I said, we don't include aerial attacks because aerial attacks, of course, they're overhead.
Oh, yep, we don't include aerial attacks, you're right, yeah, you're right.
Aerial combo unless they are up in the air. You can't just jump up in the air, right, and do stuff, right? I can't just start my combo. I have to literally, like, the only time that in this game that a combo actually requires the person to be being touched by the opponent is an aerial combo. Something that standard Mortal Kombat games used to do for a very long time, right? I can.
What is a standard Mortal Kombat game, right?
It's ridiculous.
What is a standard Mortal Kombat game? Because MK1 is very different to MK2, which is very different to MK3, which is very different to MK4. Deception and Deadly Alliance and Armageddon are all relatively similar. And then 9, 10, and 11 are all same, but different. And 1 is different. So which one is the standard? He's gonna, I don't even know what you could say is the standard.
I hate it. It never should be something that should be in a Mortal Kombat game, right? It was better when the only way that you could start those combos, because they're dial combos, but they're already predetermined, is by touching the opponent. And they put this tiny little gimmick in there that nobody uses, except for maybe the pro scene, right? Maybe.
You heard it first here, ladies and gentlemen. You have to be a professional to hold block and up, and to understand that it will be jump-ins, right? You have to be a professional. You need a PhD in MK to be able to do that sort of play. So when you see me do that sort of thing, just understand that that took years. That took many years of practice and just grind, all right?
No, we need real change. We need to feel like we can at least gain some control back. And you know what these clowns say? Oh, you just gotta sit in practice constantly. For a video game that you have paid money for to have fun with, they think that you need to sit for hours in practice just so you can get online to even be adequate. As I've said to these people before.
Right, so you bought the game and you're complaining that you got to spend time on it to do the thing on it that it allows you to do. That don't make no sense. Don't make no sense.
The problem with this game is that they've taken combos that used to be extremely expensive in most other fighting games to be able to pull off with a high.
Extremely expensive in most other fighting games. Hold on. Go to YouTube. Go. What is it? MK9, Cyrax, Death Combo or something, whatever. You see this? Yeah, you can see this, right? Alright. 1 bar. 2 bars. Oh, this is about to be a 3 bar, isn't it? Oh, that was expensive. You what? He's doing all this for a bar? Are you crazy? Nah, that ain't right. Hold on. MKX Quan, she was it double hex or something? I don't know if we're able to find this. Remember this? Does any of you remember this? This was extra busted. So basically, Sorcerer used to have this portal here, and you take more chip. There. See, look now. Look at the chip damage. He could do the portal twice. This. See how expensive that was. It cost him nothing. Oh, look now. He spent 1 bar, 2 bar on block. Oh, 3rd bar on block, and you've lost more than like 130%. That's crazy. That's so expensive. Let's see. Let's have a look. MKX Quan, 61% summoner. I'm pretty sure that was one, wasn't it? Hey, people are spending all these resources to do massive damage. They never existed in any other game. Hold on, let's have a look. SF2 Infinite. What was it? Who had that Infinite? I can't remember. What was it? Bison or something? To Bison. Oh, they never used to make fighting games so unfair. Can you believe it? I swear he had like some and then you're dead from that, right? Yep. I never. What did that cost him? Cost him nothing. Can you believe it? But anyway, that's my point there. Like,
Degree of skill.
high degree. That was a high degree of skill, by the way. Yeah.
Top. They pulled it down to the bottom and made it completely brain dead for anyone to use.
MVC. All right, well, I'll do it just for the culture, right? Wait, what one is it? Oh shit, I forgot.
Yo, you wanna learn how to do a fucking infinite?
There we go.
I'ma teach your motherfucking bitch ass. Easiest shit in the motherfucking Marvel 3, Marvel 2. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. Iron Man. Alright, jump up in the air, hit up fucking heavy kick. And then light punch, medium punch, light kick, heavy punch. Hold diagonal whichever way you fucking going. You only hit X fucking up motherfucking heavy kick. You can't do it on the ground, motherfucker. That shit don't work. Let's start this motherfucker off right.
So show us CS Infinite.
Oh, drop that shit. Redo it, motherfucker. Oh, how's it taste? Keep the rhythm up. If you fuck up the rhythm, the motherfucking combo will drop, motherfucker. Keep that motherfucking shit up. You keep the same motherfucking rhythm. If you drop this motherfucker, then it will not be motherfucker. You can cancel it out into motherfucking heavy punch ultra, but I ain't gonna do that shit. It drops after motherfucking 59 hits, motherfucker. That shit's...
There you go. Basically, you can do all this stuff in all these old games.
Why people are walking away from this game. Because it's not the fact that the combos are hard to do. It's the fact that it's so easy that once you're caught in it, the massive amounts of damage output, you can't get out of it. Explain to me how I'm supposed to use up block once I'm caught in the combo. You can't, because you can't use it. You can't.
You're right. This is the one thing you're right on. You can't use up block when you're caught in a combo, because when you're caught in a combo, you've already failed the part of the game where you're on your defense. You're moaning about defensive options and whatnot. There is no defense that is perfect, right? So if you get hit, you have failed the defense. If you fail the defense, you get comboed. Welcome to Fighting Games 101, brother. This is how it works. If you get hit, you are fucked up. Don't fuck up, and you're not going to get comboed. Instead, either defend better, don't get yourself in a bad situation in the first place, or be on the offense. There's ways around these things.
Use flawless block while you're already in the combo. You can't break the combo if your cameo isn't available or you don't have 3 bars or both. So what's left? And these guys advocate for even more damage coming off. Why?
Again, like it's like every other sentence. He just makes something up. When I was speaking to him in his little podcast thing, he goes to me, you asked me what do I think, and I said they need to buff the cameos, right? I was saying, because of what I was saying earlier, that the offense in this game isn't strong enough because most of the characters are built to be either reactable or low risk, low reward, right? And I was saying make the cameos stronger so that the characters that aren't doing all this Kenshi type stuff can then be stronger. That doesn't equate to give them more damage. That equates to give them more options, give them more things that they can do. Damage doesn't matter.
Because they don't see this game as an entertainment product. They see it as a means to an end for their own career. That is the reason why they don't care about everyone else, every other Mortal Kombat fan, possible tourists that come in that want to stay.
Yeah, you heard it here first. I don't give a shit about anyone that comes in here. I only stream for the people. Like, what is this guy even on about? I think he's so disconnected, right? He's so disconnected. He thinks that if you're good at the game, like if I go to VGY or Sonic or Scar or whatever, they love the community. They love the community. I don't understand why he believes that we don't. Don't make any sense. He just thinks that we're here because we're pro players, blah blah blah. But really, and I've said this many times before I've even spoken to this guy, I'm an MK fan first and a competitor second. I'm just fortunate enough to be good at competing that I can, like, that my fandom and they go in tandem. You know what I'm saying?
They don't care. They only care about a means to an end for themselves. And as I just proved to you, that is a tiny amount of overhead attacks in a game garnering at least 600 to maybe 700 total moves. Grounded, special moves, not even adding the aerial attacks, which you can't even do anything either unless you have 3 bars and a cameo. Now I know how to fight.
No, you don't.
This isn't about me not being able to defend myself, but I can see a broken system.
You're the broken system.
What other people are saying, be it in my comments or seeing it on forums, people are walking away from this game because it is a garbage system that appeared.
Oh, I gotta have a look what they're saying. Hey, look, even in his comments, it's part of a mind game. If a player does an empty jump and trick you into up-blocking, but then grabs you instead, the grab will do significantly more damage, right? I haven't even mentioned that, but yeah, that's a thing. But I'm pretty sure all of you know that. But if you up-block successfully and you get to punish your opponent wherever you want / can, it's also effective versus overhead attacks. Very simple, very straightforward. I never up-block. I either anti-air or block normally, but I suck. All right, but you understand what it is. Yeah, standard block is a safe way. So look, they're even having a conversation. They understand, but it's an okay mechanic. It creates a mind game. See, that it's little. If you're going to make a list, please understand the game. 95% of this list is wrong. You miss multiple overheads. First choice was katana. Yeah, exactly. Please put input 4, forward 3, 3, 4, which is what I did. Yeah. They put in the game to deter people from constantly jumping. Basically everything I said before. So like even in his own echo chamber, he's getting put on blast.
Oh, well, this is an assist game. This isn't your standard Mortal Kombat game. And that is one of the major reasons why people are walking away as MK fans. Because we didn't want this shit.
Who's we?
It could have been some side gimmick that
Who's we?
people used as a muck around. You know, like a modifier. Like we got with random combat.
Oh, I should have turned the chat on for this, shouldn't I? 53,
give or take, overhead grounded attacks versus the 480. Sorry, so the 430 standard attacks in the game, not inclusive of the special moves, which puts it well over to 600, maybe 700 total moves in the game. And
hey, I love Fate's videos though. I can't, even though I'm sat here like watching it and going over this. I actually love his videos because I love watching people be so wrong about something I know so much about.
Absolutely.
We're clowns, though.
Right? It would be different if this mechanic was made to actually be useful in the game. Right?
Not that he's wrong. Not that he's wrong. Even like I could respect someone being wrong, but I ain't gonna go to a mechanic. I don't go to my mechanic and say, yeah, my car's messed up, mate. And it's this, and this. I have no idea what's going on. No idea. And he's like, no, it's this, and this. And I'm like, no, mate, you're wrong. And you're a clown for saying that. Like, that doesn't make no sense.
Actual parry. Like an actual parry move. That didn't require you to do this but simply press forward and block. So as they're doing their combo, you can parry out of it. Maybe
Parry's in the game.
1 bar. Okay. Essentially, that could be your combo breaker. But you could also modify it so that when you do the parry, it opens a small window. So that way you've got the window to attack, but they can also attack back. So it kind of like shocks them. They suddenly realize their combos drop. Are you fast enough to capitalize on it? But if they can see that, they can capitalize back immediately. But at least it would give people the feeling that they can at least get out of something.
Oh yeah, 1 bar breaker. Do you want to know what 1 bar breaker will turn the game into, right? It will turn into literally everybody is now a Reiko or Katana player. If you have 1 bar break, that you will never be able to land a hit. Never. Like, you're just never going to be able to hit them. It's going to be Reiko Lao, Katana Lao. The only way you're going to be able to actually do any damage is through projectiles, because the moment you actually land, the second hit of your combo, breaker. And the fact that the game will be played full screen and that everyone's going to have a bar. You start the game with a bar. So the first hit is getting broken. And then off that break, you're both building a second bar before you even get to each other for the next like encounter.
Adequately. And again, it's just an idea I just had then.
Good idea, mate, though. You're right.
This isn't about me. Alright?
It's not about him.
But when you can go, and again, obviously what Pro said about MK11 and wake up attacks and stuff, but to the majority of MK fans that played MK11, they at least felt like everything was fair. And as I just showed you, they baked in a mechanic that I see not a single person use. No one. Right? Most people are doing this, staying on the ground, right? Very rarely do they jump. If they do jump, it's for an attack like, say, Baraka's like spin that he does in the air, or Lee May's like flip kick or whatever. Okay. Now, granted, I think I'd have to check. I'm pretty sure I think at least one of those is classed as an overhead, perhaps.
Both.
A lot of the times it's just easier to just avoid it and then punish.
See, this is a thing. You don't necessarily have to block everything, and you don't necessarily have to whiff punish everything. Both are options. Both are legitimate. You know, like in Telltale games, silence is always an option. Doing nothing is an option. Up blocking is an option. Standard blocking is an option. Armoring is an option. There's options, and you pick whatever option works for you the best in whatever scenario.
So again, useless mechanic. Put in there for God knows whatever reason. Not to mention you got the other mechanic in the game, whereby if you do the uppercut, I'd have to double check. You do an uppercut, right? If you got 2 bars, you do the uppercut, and then you can press up forward, and I think, I can't remember which button it is. It might be block, actually, I can't remember. You can follow them in the air and then do a combo. You know how many times I've seen that online? 0.
Yeah, that one I'll give you. That one's kind of pointless.
These are these
They need to.
minuscule
I don't even know how you make that worth
into the game,
being
which I
used.
would not be surprised was put in there at the last minute. Would not be surprised.
That one you could probably justify being 1 bar, actually. Yeah, exactly. Top tier, Harley.
I know. And the reality is, though, is that you can keep your stupid little gimmicks. You can keep your giant combos. But what we need is a counterbalance to that feels like it's easy and well worth the effort for people to know and understand. So that way they feel, you know what, if I'm playing more defensive...
If it's easy and well worth the effort, but if there's no effort, then it shouldn't be worth anything, right? That don't make no sense.
I mean, sure, I can be defensive with Reiko, doing this sort of stuff when they jump in, right? Or do certain moves. You know, they've got them. Like they, you know, say, for example, Baraka's like where he like he slides forward with his blades, right? I can time it, so I just clip him at the end, right? I know how
You do that, you're a god.
I've been fighting for a long time. But a lot of people haven't. You need things that, obviously block is not enough. You need things that make it feel like, yes, this is the game changer. And I thought bringing back combo breakers was going to be it. And boy, was not only myself, but everyone else wrong in that regard.
Dude really just said that he's going to interrupt Baraka's back forward 3 with Reiko's back 3. That is some Neo in the Matrix sort of moves you're pulling off there. You are a god.
It's a shit mechanic. You know it's a shit mechanic. You know barely anyone uses it unless you're like 3 pros in the entire world. and forgetting that this thing, at the end of the day, is supposed to be fun and entertaining, people just want to have a good time. They don't want to sit there and train like it's a real life job. Okay? When people can jump into Street Fighter 6 or soon to be Tekken 8 and learn all the mechanics that they need for their character as they play the game, teaching them, feeling like, right, I know how to block, I know how to sidestep, I know how to do my throws, right?
Hey, you to play Tekken and not get massacred by just anyone that's played Tekken for like longer than you, basically, you need to sit there and play it like it's your job. Not gonna lie, like there's so much. I don't even say that. It's just the way it is, isn't it? There's just so much going on there.
I know how to block low. I know how to use my Rager. I know how to use the heat gauge. Let's go, right? And then from there, it's just fine tuning. This game doesn't have fine tuning, and it's a real shame. Like I said, I can work around a lot of stuff because I've been doing this a long time. Some stuff I can't. And usually the stuff I can't is when it's one of those giant ass combos. Because as soon as you miss on one tiny thing, it's all over. They will take 400, 500 damage of your health without even blinking. And if you make another mistake again, that's another lot. That stuff used to be made for the highly skilled, and it used to cost energy bars or whatever else was, whatever resource was
Already
available
disproven this point.
to make it so that, yes, you could achieve this stuff. Half this, actually not half, most of this shit is meterless. Nobody's using their meter, their energy bars, to do these massive combos. And that's why
Nobody's using their bar.
they can literally sit there and just wait. Maybe the pros out there should think about everyone else for a change. And go, well, you know what? Maybe this would be good. Because without the game, you don't have a future. Not the other way around. Right? As MK fans, the game dies, we get disappointed, but we can still play the old ones. But people that make a career out of this shit, maybe they should stop and think about the actual health of the game. And whether or not it's fun for...
The actual health of the game has nothing to do with me, Sonic, Rewind, Dragon, whoever. Like, you don't even know the people you're talking about. He considers Ketchup and Mustard's pros, but then they're not pro players. He considers Dittle a pro, but Dittle's not a pro player. Like, you don't even understand the people you're talking about a lot. You just don't get it. And you also clearly don't understand that NetherRealm don't listen to it. NetherRealm does what NetherRealm wants to do. Right? We are not their they listen to you more than us. That's why Shiva got nerfed. That's why Ice Clone gets nerfed every time. Like, all the things that the casuals hate is what dictates the way the game goes.
For a large majority of people. And I will continue to say that because at the end of the day, no shareholder out there gives a shit about the esports scene. That's a fact. What they care about is whether or not their product is moving and being sold and having a player base retained to continue playing this game, and then future purchases with DLC, expansion packs, and then possible future games that come out from NRS. Anyway, catch you next time.
All right, yeah, nice one. It's phenomenal. I might have to make a series out of this, mate, because I just can't stop watching Fate videos, and I can't stop just picking apart his arguments because they're just so bad. They're just so bad, and it's the best internet that's out right now. It's actually the best internet. I love it. I don't actually care if you're gonna sit here and slag me off. Like, you could slag me off and it'll be even better. I might end up just putting you on the soundboard. So good. So good. It's actually the best thing on the internet. Gold. All right. Cheers for that video. Spectacular.